Tesla is the first American automaker to have successfully become a lasting mass-market manufacturer in the modern era. Since its founding in 2003, the automaker's methods have sent ripples throughout the international auto industry. Many of these changes to the status quo have yielded benefits for consumers, for other automakers, and for the planet. Some, not so much. To get a better sense of the nature of these shifts, we spoke with Samabul Samad, Principal Analyst at Guidehouse Insights, a research and consulting firm that specializes in global energy transformation and emergent infrastructure. He provided us with a few insights that demonstrate the importance of these shifts, and underscore the need for further transformation. Direct-to-customer sales. Tesla has faced a lot of pushback from dealers for trying to sell vehicles directly to customers, but the idea is catching on, with up-and-comers such as Rivian, Lucid, and Lordstown supporting Tesla's fight for franchise law reform. In the meantime, the EV automaker gets around this by exploiting various legal loopholes, such as handling certain parts of the transaction in amenable states and partnering with a native tribe to open a store on tribal land that's not subject to state law. Boutique showrooms rather than dealerships. Having showrooms with just enough inventory to allow consumers to browse and test drive the product line was a radical idea, but it has served Tesla well, with control of the transactions staying with the automaker instead of a franchisee. Tesla also had the good sense to locate many of these galleries in places that would see heavy foot traffic and draw in passers-by, a retail strategy that has proven so successful, other automakers are adopting it. Lincoln, for instance, set up a store next to a Lululemon in Arizona, and Mercedes has opened a few pop-ups in major cities. While these boutique shops have introduced new buyers to the brand, Tesla's approach isn't perfect. The challenge is, they have so few stores and so few service centers, it has caused problems for customers getting service promptly. Tesla makes up for this to some degree with mobile service, but the program has its limits. Sometimes a car has to go to a shop. Pre-order reservations. Allowing consumers to put down a nominal, refundable fee to reserve a car that is still in development lets a manufacturer gauge real interest, not to mention, it gives the automaker a bunch of capital in the lead up to production. GMC and Ford have recently proven the validity of this by allowing customers to reserve the Hummer EV and F-150 Lightning electric pickups. If you can get 500,000 people to sign up and give you a few hundred or $1,000 to hold a car for them, that can help with product planning. The trouble arises when the manufacturer is late in launching those vehicles, as Tesla has often been, or when it can't meet the production quantities it promised, as Ford showed with its Bronco. People can get frustrated. Online ordering. Tesla successfully pioneered the concept of ordering a vehicle directly from the factory using an online configurator, and that seems to be the way of the future. People really like that approach, as it limits the uncomfortable pressure of sitting across from a salesperson. With the pandemic supply chain shortages, legacy manufacturers have attempted to replicate what Tesla has done, albeit while still involving a dealer to complete the final transaction and delivery. Americans are increasingly comfortable with the idea of custom ordering and getting exactly the car they want, even if it requires a wait. There will always be people who need to buy a car right away, so keeping some inventory on the lots will be necessary. Dealers will likely appreciate this move, as they'll no longer need to stock and pay carrying costs on hundreds of unsold cars. More custom configuration also leads to more satisfied customers, as they get the cars they want instead of having to settle for what's available. Proving that EVs can be cool. Before Tesla, most electric vehicles were something a consumer made a sacrifice to own in order to do their part for the planet. Starting with the 2008 Roadster, Tesla changed that paradigm. Prior to that, most people didn't think of EVs as something you would aspire to own, Abul Samad said. The industry has since learned that an EV has to be appealing in its own right, not just as an environmental boost. Especially when the cost is still higher than it is for an internal combustion car because of the expense of the components. Newer EVs such as the Ford Mustang Mach-E, Hyundai Ioniq 5, GMC Hummer EV, Porsche Taycan, Audi e-tron, and Volkswagen ID. Buzz aim to elicit Tesla-like desirability through design and performance. If you enjoyed this video, kindly press the like button. Also don't forget to subscribe with notifications on, so that you don't miss out on videos like this. Thank you for watching.